So basically, as you can see here, you've got to first of all create a little template. Okay, so mine's very simple. I've got the objective, the starter, the main, plenary, and an extension, and this is the link that they need to do the work in. So basically, if you click here on objective, they'll be able to read the objectives. Then they can go back to the start, go to the starter, and then obviously go to the main activity, go back to the start, you know. So it basically, oh sorry, I just realized I put the link here instead of here, but it's okay. Once they get back to here, they can just scroll up and get to there, but on a normal lesson you'd put it here. Anyway, there's also an extension activity which opens a new window that has a game that they can play. So basically what you can see here is that they've got on one document, you've got your starter activity, your main activity with your task that you want them to do. The video is here, as in the picture is here, but I'll just put a little link there. Sorry, I just realized there's no link here, but I'll just put the little link there so that they can click on it and watch the YouTube video. And then, yeah, this is it. So this is their lesson. Now, if they were in class with me, I would be teaching this same lesson on a PowerPoint, right? So this is the PowerPoint that I created. But if they're not in class with me, if they're trying to do this at home by themselves, then obviously they've got everything available for them and they can just follow on the lesson. So what I did for the kids that are at home especially, because they might be doing it with me while I'm teaching the main class, but they might also be doing it in their own time. So again, for each slide here, I've just recorded an audio little message. So if you just see this, I'm just literally talking about the meter. So we want to make sure that the meter is the same everywhere in the whole wide world. So right, so then I'll just explain that and I'll read this out to them. That's it. So I mean, I haven't done all of these because I I was thinking that I was going to kill two birds with one stone, but it turns out that I'm not going to be teaching this this time, so it's changed. But anyway, I would have just continued and done it on all of these slides. And then you can see within here, I've got little tasks that they can do, right? So in that one, there's this one where they need to write on there, there's a table here, and there's a main little activity there. So what I want them to do is go here, for when they click on the main part of the lesson, then this part here is a link. So I just want to open this hyperlink, and you'll see that it takes them straight to an app called Classkick, which lots of you enjoyed watching that one. So I'm going to put a link to this video in that one so you can hopefully see them both together. Okay, so now I've actually logged in as a student. I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger because I don't want you to worry about what's in the background. Okay, so while you're here now, you'll notice that I've written the objectives. Okay, so the next part here, they have to choose the right answer. So you can see this is multiple choice, so they just choose the right answer, and once they've done that, it will award them with the right number of points. Here you can write the answer in the box. Is 10 meters the same as 10 centimeters? The answer is no. So you can see here that I've literally got like kind of a, I'm sorry about these. If I was doing this for a normal class, I'd make sure that these were a lot neater and, you know. But in here, you can write the base unit for length. So you can use the American spelling or the British spelling. Both of them will be accepted. I'll explain that in a second. And then here, they'll have to write M. In fact, let me just keep that there. So you'll see, I'm just going to show you on the teacher side in a second to see how many points they've got. And then over here, this is the one where they actually have to write. I know I said box, but you know, in the cloud. So how can we make sure that 100 meters is the same anywhere? So what will happen is I'll be teaching them using the PowerPoint, but then I'll keep switching back to here when it comes to a question, so that we've got a record of all the work that they've done. And the same with the kids at home. So they've got the PowerPoint open for them. They've also got the Classkick. And I might, I haven't done it yet, but what I could do is just add a little icon here on each slide that needs Classkick, and I'll just put a link there to bring them straight here to Classkick. But yeah, I can just add that later on. And then this one here is a drag and drop activity, so they need to put these in the right place. So for example, Candela should go there, kilogram should go there, or whatever. So again, they've done, you know, they're doing a PowerPoint with me in the class, or they're reading through the PowerPoint by themselves at home, but they're able to do the work whether they are with me in the class or whether they're at home. So everything is available for them. Like I said, if they're at home, the difference will be that they've got the audio messages, and if they're with me in school, then obviously I'll just say what it is about the particular slide. So now I'm on the other side, I'm in the teacher side now. So that was the student side I was showing you before, now I'm in the teacher side. So you need to go to the edit tab here, and then you can just choose whichever one you want. So you can see here, I've got points now assigned to each slide. So let me just show you how to do that. So here, we've got this question about the foot, measure this foot. And the question is, which arrow shows you the correct place to measure the length of the foot? So is it A, B, or C? And obviously the answer is C. And now I'll just show you how to put that in. So for a child, they will see, where is it? Here. They will see this. This is the answer that they chose, C, B, whatever. Okay, so they can click on there. As a teacher, okay, you can add this into your assignment. So how do you add one of these? It's these three at the top. So this one is manipulative, which is drag and drop. This one here is a fill in the blank. And this one here is the multiple choice. So you just click on there, and then you just select whichever one's the right answer. So pretend you've read that question. Okay, let's say the answer's E. And then I assign a number of points. So in this case, it's 10. And I press save. And I'll end up with a little box here, like this one, right? This is the original one that I had with the right answer. This is a new one that I've made. So maybe I had 2 or 3 multiple choices. For each one, you'll get a box like this. So for example, if you put like 3 questions here, each of those questions will have its own box allocated to it, and you can just choose the right answers from there. So as a teacher, you've just got to put this correct one of these next to the correct question. I hope that doesn't confuse you. On here there's only one question, so obviously I only need 1 box, but I just wanted to show you how to do it. Okay, I know that here it says what is the length, but don't worry about that. I didn't put a box for it. So here we get to the main part of the activity, and we start talking about units. Okay, is 10 meters the same as 10 centimeters? Well, obviously a child could say no, they could say yeah, it's bigger, or anything like that. So when I add in this box here, let me just show you how to add that in. So this one is called the fill in the blank box. So let's just add it here. And now I can add an acceptable answer. So like I said, one of the answers is definitely no. Another answer could be it's bigger, right? Or maybe they just write it by themselves, bigger, right? So you just kind of got to guess. And I know it sounds a bit, yeah. Maybe you could give them options if you didn't want to have too many acceptable answers here. But since I teach secondary, I don't want to make it too easy for them. So therefore, I've put acceptable answers in here. And then again, you can set the number of points on there. So once you've set your number of points, once you've set your number of points, you just press enter and you're done now. So you can move on to the next slide. So here, this one is the fill in the table. So again, while they're working, so while the PowerPoint is playing, they could have this open on the side, or they could actually, watch the whole PowerPoint and then go back and do this. Again, it's up to them. It's blended learning. It's at their pace, whatever they're comfortable with. So again, like I told you before, I've put both of the British and the American, I'll put the American and the British spellings here. So no matter what my kids write, they'll get the right answer. I need to just erase that one. And again, if you go down here, you can see that I've put the right answers in for each one. And I've also set a number of points, which is 5. So the whole page total is actually 70, okay? The next one here is just what do you think. So this one is just very easy. They're just going to insert a text box and they've just got to write in here, I think that A, B, C, D, E, F, G, sorry, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever they think, right? So they just stick it on there. This one, you will assign the points yourself. So once you've marked it or whatever, you can do that. I'm going to show you what I would do with a question like this that you have to mark by yourself. I would add a sticker. Okay, so I've just chosen the student that I want to check their work, whose work I want to check. And you can see that they've written, I think that. Let me pretend that's amazing. So I'll just write here, well done. Okay, so I'll just double click that and they'll get these 10 points. So these are automatically added with the sticker. So again, you don't need to keep on writing the number of points for them. If you assign a number of points to the stickers, you know, sometimes I've got here, look, I've got bonus marks. You know, these marks will be added to their work. So again, this is just like a really kind of simple way to check and mark and make sure that they get all the. And we're back in the teacher side now again. So again, we're in the edit section with the teacher side, and I'm just going to move this out of the way because we need to go back to the PowerPoint. So remember this PowerPoint. If I just scroll right down to the end, because this is one of the last things that I want to check for them, you notice that this is the last slide of questions on that Classkick. So all I'm going to do is take a screenshot. Now it actually doesn't matter what part of the PowerPoint comes into the screenshot, because you're going to select it separately. I'll explain what I mean in just one second. So now I want to go to here and I want to create one of these drag and drops. So I'll go to add manipulative. I'll do that again because you didn't really see it. Add manipulative there. Click on there and you'll see that you can add these boxes that you can move around, right? So what you need to do for that one is to go to the screenshot that you've just taken and add it in. And then it says drag to select or click to select all. So do you want the whole thing? You can do. So just click on that and you can select all of it. But we want to do drag to select because we want each of these to come as a separate word. So you see here, it's not very perfect, but I've just got meter, okay? And then I'll click next. And I want to add it to the current page. I'm on the right page. And then again, add another one. And I'll add mold this time. And so on, right? So all you have to do is just keep on just select the right words, okay? So once you've done that, press finish. I know I've only done 3 of them, but it's okay to explain what I need to do. And you can see here now you've got these words here. So all I did was then take the first one, resize it and put it over the original place, right? So for example, like this one here, candela, when you move it, you can still see the original one there. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's nice for the kids. They can see, you know, for example, if they get to the end and they're like, oh, you know, which one's left or whatever, they can easily tell, you know, whether they've got one right or wrong. And again, for this one, you've got to, like I said before, you've just got to mark it by yourself. So take this one up to mall and just resize it and put it on top there. So again, it's easy for the kids to see which one they've done and which one they haven't, and that's it. So I've just kind of tried to show you an interactive lesson, and I just need to add you or show you how to add the hyperlinks. I think most people know how to do this now because of probably because of the Bitmoji craze. But 2 things. Number 1, it's really easy to add the links in. So let me just go to the first page where I've already added the links in. Highlight the word. Why did it not highlight? Okay. And I can just click here, open hyperlink, and it takes me to the objectives. Then I click on this part here, hyperlink, open it, and it'll take me back to the start, right? That's what I've done. Now, how did I add these hyperlinks? So I just highlight the word that I wanted. I don't know why it's not highlighting for me. And then here, it says edit hyperlink, but for you it should say add a hyperlink. So I'm just going to go to this word here that doesn't have any links on it already. Okay, so it stays highlighted because there's no link. You press hyperlink, and then you can link this to anything. You can link it to a web page, you can link it to somewhere in this document. So if I click here, you'll see all of these slides run up, sorry, I read this. All of these come up, right? So imagine if I wanted that one to link to it, I'll just press OK, and then now this one is linked right down to that luminosity slide. So if I press open, it'll go to here, right? So again, the reason why have I done it like this and not just given them a PowerPoint? Well, first of all, the kids like it when things do something different, right? First of all. Second of all, it means that they know exactly what part they're at. So for example, if they're at home and they're doing this work and they're trying to catch up to everyone else, they'll be able to see that they've done the objective, they've read the objective and they've done the starter, and now they need to do the main section or whatever. Second thing, if you do this in Word, you can actually hyperlink these actual these icons here. So the picture will actually be hyperlinked in a Word document. Now in a Word document it's slightly different, so I'll just open one if I can, a blank document. So in this Word document I'll just write ABCD, and I want to link it to the next page. Sorry about this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, let's put I in there as well. All right, so now I've got two pages here. So this is the first page, the one with all our pictures and stuff on it. That says starter, like this one. Okay, and then this is the one that I want to hyperlink. So if you have a look here, go to here, highlight, and then go to links. And now when you press link here, you can choose again a web page or this document. But if you look in here, there are no bookmarks. There's no place that you can link it to unless you just want them to go back to the top of the document, or if you want them to go to a particular heading, right? So what you need to do is add a bookmark. So cancel this. Again, scroll to the right page, the page that you wanted to link to, go to bookmark, and then call this a name. So for example, page 1, okay? And then you add, so now you've added a bookmark to this page. So now you're on the first page and you want to hyperlink this, right? So you hyperlink, and now you choose a bookmark. So you can see you've created that one, page 1. So now when I click here, it'll take me to page 1, okay? So you can do it in Word and you can do it in PowerPoint, whichever one you prefer. If you do it in Word, you can use these icons that are there. You can also add in pictures, you can do that in PowerPoint as well. But again, with Word, these will be hyperlinked. So you can link a picture, which is nice. If the kids get to know what each picture is, then you don't need to write anything at the bottom. And when you do it with Word, you just do save as. Obviously save it as a Word document first of all, and then once you're done with that, you can save it as a PDF, and make sure you choose best for electronic distribution when you're saving it, and then press export, and that's it, you've saved it. Okay, I'm just going to close this and not save this one. So I think that I've gone through all of the little bits and bobs. I mean, everyone knows how to create a PowerPoint. The final part is the plenary and the extension. So the plenary, or the last part of the lesson, is here at the end, and I've done a quiz from quizzes. So you can either click this link and do it as a live game with the teacher, or if you click this link, you can do it separately from the teacher as a homework. So let me just click this and open the hyperlink. So you'll see that as soon as you do that, it opens quizzes for them. It's exactly in the right place. I think I didn't do enough time for them. What you need to do is you need to make sure what you need to do is make sure that the link doesn't expire. So give it like a week to do the give them at least a week to do the quiz, because obviously like they're going to be offline and not at the right place not at the same place at the same time. Okay, so again, finally, these are interactive lesson plans or lessons that you can do. Not necessarily plans, I guess. Maybe I should have called it interactive lessons. But you can see that they can do it at their own pace. They can do it with you. They can do it without you. And, you know, it's a really nice way of making sure that everything's in the same place. So when they come back for revision, see, the questions are still here. So when they're revising, they can maybe do the questions from here itself. Or you can just create another code on Classkick. You know, you can assign, and instead of calling it, you know, lesson 1, you can assign it as revision of lesson 1, right? So, okay, I think I'm done now. I hope that you've understood, and if there's any questions, please do, as always, send me in the comments. I'm always ready to help.